streaming. Oh well. I'm having a... Yes. Perfect. That is amazing. So let us see how many people we get tonight.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, how to reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong.
Oh.
Hey, look at me, man, what I've become.
Okay.
I've been running
So
east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since 99.
we'll see. We'll see. I hope I get some good questions tonight. Oh well. So, what did I say? The video capture source. Let's see. 'Cause, we can put a filter on this, so that might be better. So it's a little bit washed out right now, so let us put... So, I don't know. I'm trying to see, like, if I can put a filter... Oh no! That's black and white. You don't want that. I think I like that one. If we do this one, that seems like a much better one. I like that one. I'm looking forward to that. I wonder who I am going to get tonight. We'll see. We'll see. Ah, King of Swords. Please ask me any questions you have. Hey! Oh, and all the cards are really happy tonight. They want to meet people. They're being very happy tonight, so... We'll see. Look! There's another one. But we'll see who's up tonight. Hopefully everyone's going fine and well tonight. I'm in here in the UK. I like a little bit dark. I don't know why. But I've been trying to put a lot more light. So we'll see. It's a little bit hard sometimes to get the right amount of light in a space. This Justice card is doing the rounds now. You know that bit where you crink your neck and it goes like pop, and you're like, hopefully it's good pop, not bad pop. Because sometimes when you have a very stressed out neck... Hello Jay, how are you? What is your question tonight, Jay? What can I ask my cards for tonight? Or if you just want to talk, I'm happy to talk. A lot of people just ask questions. I'm happy to do both. How is your night going so far? I'm good. How are you? I'm going very well. I tried to be very productive today, and I don't think that it kind of was a very productive day. You know how it is? What is my future of my current relationship with SS? I hope that's not a boat. SS sounds like, you know, naval. Okay. Dude, that's a lot of cards. No. I'm not going to take that many cards. That's a chunk. Well, King of Cups came out again. That's a good card, Jay. It means that you're content and peaceful. Oh. Ooh. That's an interesting card. You've got an Empress card here, Jay. So this one is so Empress means kids. Also, this is a very happy kin, means that the ones are there. So I would say that it looks very well. You're going to be very content in this relationship, and possibly will bring you some really good things, including kids, if you want kids. But yeah, I would say that you're going to be really happy. It's okay. I didn't do much either. I have all the ideas in daytime. I have so many ideas, and I want to do everything all at once, and then yeah. It never works like that, does it? So yeah, I would say that you've got some really nice things coming. Kind of how... Yeah, I would say that you're going to be very content. I don't know how long. Like obviously you guys have a possibility of having kids in the future. And you're possibly just trying to reach out and establish parts of the relationship that haven't been talked about yet. Because this little tiny guy is deciding to get his claws into everything. Look at him. I try to do much a day, but it happens. I know, right? Like, you get so excited, and then literally you forget about what you're doing, and you do something else, and then you go, oh wait, I have time. What's the kind of connection we have? Well, at the moment, I would say that you've got like a feisty connection. At the moment, you both are trying to establish this part of the relationship, so you're all wanting the same kind of playthings and the same amount of rules, and you're both getting your claws in a little bit. so I would say that at the moment there's a little bit of a claw thing going on, which is okay. It's fine. Like, you're both very, very young. Possibly at heart, maybe more if you're not in age. But yeah, like a little bit more like this at the moment. But I think you'll be happy. Like, there's definitely kids there if you want kids. I have a hard time trying to justify like a soulmate card, because there's like so many different things that your partner could provide that aren't particularly like a karmic connection or a soulmate connection, because there's a lot of people in life that you'll walk through life and they might not be your romantic partner, but they will be something that's close to your soul. So I would say that, like, kids is a good sign. If you could stay around long enough to have kids, there might be something there that... But I think you'll be very comfortable. Like, this guy is fat and happy. Look at him. Sitting at the table. Like, there's no human to tell him off and go, get down on the floor. He's just happy. He's happy where he is. He's got his human food, human drink, and he doesn't care. So, understand, are we meant to be? I don't know. Like, kids are hard to define. Like, there could be this bit where you have kids and you can't possibly get to a point that you get over that. That could be a hard thing. Like, there's a lot of work and a lot of communication you need to have, like, kids, and keep the relationship. Like, there could be a bit where you both don't have any energy anymore, no more time. Because obviously with our Monday lives, there's just this bit where kids take over everybody's lives, and there's just not enough for you anymore. Yeah, so I would say that if you guys can go through this hurdle, then you'll be fine. But also, like, you could get to kid stage and realize that you're... But the whole idea is, like, at the end of the day, you're gonna be happy. This guy is just fat and happy. So I think that even, like, you think, okay, soulmate connection, but he's really happy and content. And he's the homebody. He likes sitting there and getting long naps and just wandering around the yard. Why do I always have London Bridge falling down? I don't know. I've skipped that song. You can ask another question if you want, Jay. I think, like, at the end of the day, soulmates are hard because there's so many people that can come into your lives and reach into your soul, and they're all there for some reason. And so therefore, there's always this part where I feel like a partner always taking your connection for like all your friendship, all your love, all your commitment, everything is kind of hard on your partner because you want that reciprocated. You don't ask a friend like, oh yeah, can I lend, like, can I have £50? Because I'm talking in pounds because I live in the UK. But if I asked a friend, like, that friend's not gonna ask me back straight away. With our partners, we're like, oh yeah, like, we know that huge fight. I just want some guidance and advice. I think if you guys have kids, then, like, you guys will possibly be one of the people that don't survive having kids. That's okay. Like, sometimes that happens if you're younger. It's also if you're older too. I'm not gonna lie about that. That can happen. Oh. Well, Jay, there's a world card as well. So this one is seeking completeness I feel. So to enjoy life to the fullest. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe not take everything too seriously. Maybe that's my advice to you. There's a lot of things in life that we can do something about, and there's a lot of things that we can't do anything about. And yeah, fights do happen. Can I ask, because I'm a very nosy person, what was the fight about? Was there just like a particular issue you guys were trying to resolve? Okay, no problem. Thank you for the read. No worries, Jay. If you're leaving for tonight, bye. Have a good night. Take care. Don't take everything too seriously. No, it's just an understanding issue. It does happen. You can always say, did you mean it like this? I do have sometimes it's hard for my partner and myself because we're from two very different cultures, and sometimes it's very hard because we both communicate very differently, and that can be very hard for both of us. We talked about it though. Yeah, it's very hard. I definitely understand that communication issues are the hardest thing of a relationship. A lot of other things are easy compared to communication. And to get through anything, you have to communicate. But yeah, I don't think it gets easier as you get older. Communication is very hard. Yeah, with everything that's going on, sorry, I'm having a hard time because my computer, where my webcam is actually where my mic is. Yeah, so like with everything going on and studies, yeah, I know. Like studies are very hard. I don't want to ever do studies again. Studies are very hard. And there's a lot of pressure with that as well. Yeah, I would never want to go back and study again. It's a lot. Long distance now? Yeah. Yeah, I've done long distance before. I was actually, for 6 months, I was talking to my ex in the UK, and I was in Australia. I was actually, funnily enough, living with my mother-in-law. which was not stressful at all. No, of course not. So yeah, lockdown and stuff. I know. That's hard. Yeah. No. Is there any kind of time that you've organized to see each other again? Like, would you know, like, is there any plans? I know with COVID it's going to be hard because you might not be able to see each other, but in general. Look at me, talking heads. Well, I'm just hoping for the best. I know. I can see you being very happy. You'll be very content. That's amazing. We might when the DLG reopens. I see. I see. So at the moment you do not know until like something happens. I see. That's gonna be a little bit hard for you. How long have you not seen each other for? Like in real life, not online and stuff. That must be very frustrating. Do you want another tarot reading? I could definitely do another one for you. I always find, cause this is actually my second live stream. So it's quiet. We were with each other in April? I see. Well, that's actually quite good, because in general, it must be really hard. You have my sympathy. And my empathy as well. I've done long distance and it's very, very hard. And because of COVID, college closed and we had to go home. Oh, I see. So you actually lived at college? Like, I keep on saying like for some reason. University? So you stayed on campus? I remember moving out of home. It's always exciting when you move out of home and then away. There's something nice about leaving and going like, bye Paris, bye. And going and doing your own thing. I definitely miss that feeling. What was your favorite part about going to college? And what are you studying, Jay? When I was actually studying, I did 3 classes? So I did animation, so I'm a trained animator. I have done remedial massage and I've also done reflexology, so it's nice to be back home, but I miss college. Yeah, I can understand that. I miss being where other people are studying. There's like this mood, very optimistic. I feel. Especially when you're young. You're like, oh yay! The best part is the freedom, honestly. Yeah. I think the best part was not having to deal with siblings. I'm the oldest of a family of 4, so that kind of was a little bit like, I was like, yes, finally got my own room. I got my, well, I didn't have to share a bed with my siblings, but yeah. I got my own room, and then I kind of didn't have anybody to talk to, and I started talking to myself. You don't have any siblings? Well, that's great, because you don't have my problem. My problem was that I moved out of home, and there was no one to talk to at home, and I missed like the ambient noise. Like literally in a house full of like 6 or 7, like my grandparents live with my parents, so there's like 8 people when I grew up. So there would always be like dum 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 around the house, and there'd be doors opened and doors closed, and there was so much quiet. To the point I used to talk to myself. That's how bad it was. I used to talk to myself. And then my sister moved in with me, and she's like, she'd literally go, don't talk to yourself. Gets lonely sometimes. I had a roommate in college. It gets sometimes lonely at home, yeah. I don't know how to explain siblings if you don't have any. The most, literally, the people that you cannot kill because they're family. They can't kill you because you're family. And yeah. I don't live near my actual siblings. I live in the UK, but all my family is from Australia. Yeah, so the I have friends that have siblings. Yeah, that you adopt them. Yeah, so literally, the weirdest thing is everyone says that you should get along with your siblings. I don't not get along with my siblings, but they're totally different from me. Every single one is completely different. So, Jay, you haven't told me what you're studying yet. What are you studying? Can I guess? Engineer. That's what I guessed. No, I didn't get my guess right. Oh. You saw it up in the chat? I did? No! I literally did. I'm sorry, Jay. Oh no. You won't believe me, but I did. I'm sorry. You'll have to believe me. How did you know if you did see? Because I guessed. Sometimes I have the best guesses. Yeah, it's like, unfortunately, where my mic is where my camera is, so hi. And so therefore, the boom arm is just here on the side, and so sometimes I just can't read the chat. Well, now I have to like guess which engineer. I'm saying electrical. I don't know why electrical, but I hope that's right. But you might not have specialized yet, so. And sometimes I confused by no? Oh. I was wrong. My boyfriend's in that one. Yay! So engineering. Okay. Then mechanical engineering? If I get it wrong again, I'll be like, no. I'm going with mechanical. No? Ah. What is your engineering? It's biotechnology? I've never heard of biotechnology engineering. Wow. I didn't even know you could do that. Well, I suppose like yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, essentially that would be nanotech or things. I have never heard that before, so maybe my mind wasn't open to that possibility. That's not an excuse though. Wow. I bet you're excited. It's mostly applied biology to technology. Well, it makes sense because a lot of robots now are needing things like smaller, like the muscles that they're making for, well, not, what would you say? They're not muscles. Well, they kind of are muscles, but they're making those now where they can contract. And I thought that was really cool because for a long time, you would have to have pistons and stuff like that to make that move. But now, because you can send electrical signal through something that looks like fiber, it's just... I don't know how you call it. Essentially, it looks like metal muscle, and so therefore it contracts and it can go smaller. So it's like a piston. You know how you have to have pistons for most things, or I'm trying to think of it, but my brain is going to sleep. Let me see if I can find it. I have my phone somewhere. Yes. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to look up mechanical muscle and see if I can find it for you. Actuators. Okay, so they're called muscle-like actuators are materials or devices that mimic natural muscles and can change their stiffness, reversibility, contract, expand, or rotate within one component due to external stimulus. like as voltage, current, pressure, or temperature. And that looks really cool. Yes, I do go by Cassandra. A lot of people just call me Cassie, but yes, that's my name. So yeah, they're really interesting. The actuators are smaller, so essentially you could get the mobility of a human being without too much heavy stuff. I asked because I did know your name. No worries. It's all good. You could call me the talking head person if you wanted to. But yeah, that sounds really cool. And why did you like... Oh, I keep on saying like too much. Like even the vaccines and stuff for COVID. Would you say that that's biotech though? Done by the biotech industry? But when it comes to medicine, a lot of things cross over. Because things like keyhole surgery and being able to get to a point that we could use machines to open up something. Like the surgery that they did on the grape the other day. So they opened up a grape and they did stitches on the grape. Because they wanted to prove that they can do precise surgery with machines now that a lot of things can't do. Even hands, because you've got to be the space of hands. It's pretty much linked to each other, yeah. I think it's really interesting to see that what is it? Science and biochemistry hate each other. Or biology hate, like biology and science hate each other so much. Hello, Suzuki! How are you? What would you like to ask tonight? Suzuki driver? Do you drive a Suzuki? I have not seen a Suzuki in ages. I'm actually going to go into biochemistry. Ah, I see. I always find it funny that science and bio can't get along quite well. But it's possibly because one's trying to prove something. It was a random username I created whilst on lunch break at school. Fair enough. So you don't actually have a Suzuki. You just was like, you looked out over the sea of cars in the parking lot and just chose the Suzuki. You could have been Volvo driver right now. Or Lamborghini Cruiser. You just choose Suzuki driver. No, actually, biochemistry is really interesting. No doubt, no doubt. Suzuki's they're boring. Who knows? At least it's not, what are they? I've tried to think of the names of them. I have no idea. My brain has gone completely blank. Like a Opel or something like that, the energy efficient cars. Which they actually found the other day that they weren't energy efficient. Monoglycerides? That's what you learn in biochemistry. Lipids and emulsions. Well, I learned about lipids. Absolutely not a car person. I see. Do you actually drive at all? Or have you just gone, no? But feel free to ask me anytime a question. I know about lipids because I did remedial massage, so we had to do a course on lipids and hormones. Yeah. Interesting things. Lol, I'm about to take my driver's theory. Oh, your theory driving test. I remember that one. I had to take mine twice because I didn't get the right giveaways. Because we in Australia have half 50% of your driving test is actually giveaways. And the first time I actually passed my giveaway test but failed the questions. And the other side, I failed the giveaways, but I passed all the questions. And the person behind the counter said, I know that you passed the other side, so I'm just gonna pass you. And then my mom made me drive home. I would like to ask a question. Yes, of course. In the UK, a minimum mark of 40... What? I think that we have a lot more in the UK. A lot more. A lot more. No, in Australia, not the UK. I think it's 70 or something. When I took my test last, no one believed I look younger than my age. Yeah, me too. I think you can be very... You look better if you don't stress. And you don't stay up late and you don't drink too much alcohol. I don't know. I failed both of those sides. What is Zark's feelings towards me? I don't know. I don't think so. They do look... They act younger these days. I don't think they look younger, but they definitely act younger. Oh. Okay. Well, those are good. Let's have a look here. He wants to actually build something with you, but or for I don't know. I would say that yeah, this person that you like wants to build something with you, but they might think that you're quite emotionally immature Like sometimes like they have to look after you. And that could possibly be something that they don't like or don't appreciate about you, is that they have to care about you a lot more. And they might feel like you're always needing emotional reassurance. Maybe. Look, as this cat is looking at this little kitty, going, why can't you eat your food? And the little kitty is playing in the bowl. So. And yeah. Okay. So even though he wants to build something with you, he can see that maybe you're not particularly in touch with your emotions and can be quite immature sometimes. Cassandra, it was nice to talking to you. I'll come back again. I gotta go to the sack now. It's quite late. That's alright. Thank you, Jay, for coming. Younger than 16 of age? I don't know. Like, they do look younger because the... but maybe you're right. Like, a lot of people just don't grow up these days. They don't have to take on any responsibility. So... So yeah, I don't know. Like, you can take it as what you will, but this person might not feel like you're ready yet. That's alright. That's fine. I don't know how you can make them feel like you're ready, because you might need to kind of take your emotions under control, keep them back, keep them in check. I don't know. Jay, you did have to delete everything. But it was nice to see you. So I hope that you get what you want from this relationship. But I don't know, my darling. Do you want to choose another question? I'll answer that. But yeah, so this guy is ripping up the sofa. he doesn't care. He's already done it. So he's a bit angry. He's just like, oh yeah, this is the whole I've already done. I hope that helped. But the origins of my cat. You want a question answered of your origins of your cat? Oh, the one that ripped up the sofa. Okay. That makes sense. Adopted a stray cat, and she has some human characteristics. Yeah, I think that always that there's just this bit where when you got a cat or a dog, they can kind of be very human. I think she may have previously been homed and spayed. Could you check? Like, the vet possibly knows what they're checking for? a lot of stray cats are interesting because most of them aren't wild. But you could always double check with your, because in the UK they have to be microchipped, and a lot of other countries too, so. Oh, sorry. I tried to move myself closer. So there was like a burst of my hair. Doesn't want to pay. I have to save up. Oh. I thought there was a thing that you could apply for that helps with cats. You might need to double check that. I don't know which country you're from, so, but there's a lot of charities and stuff that can help you with that if you need it. But yeah, cats are funny. My mom used to talk to me about all the cats that she had, because each and every one was interesting. I'm from United Kingdom. I am actually Australian, but I live in the UK, yeah. So I would say just have a look around and see if there's cat's protection or something that can spay or microchip her for free. You can always ask, because they might be able to help you if you're low income or you just don't have a job at the moment. They could possibly help. I hope that helps, because yeah, it must be really frustrating to not be able to help. Especially when she's your kitty. Thank you, thank you. I try to be. All my attention to help. But yeah, cat's protection, I think, can help. But you might need to double check on their website or something like that and ask them. She has feline hyperesthesia. She enters a trance like state and attacks her tail. Oh wow. I thought only kittens usually did that. Like, you know when the kittens turn around and they tag their tails? I got some ice water. It's very warm here. You must have felt that today too. She's been shedding a lot of hair. That's usually a sign of stress in felines. Is if it's over a certain amount, like it could be the difference between winter and summer coat. If it's more, then it's stress. I have a friend that's got a cat that's really stressed. massive bits of hair flying around the floor every day, and I sweep, giving me a skin rash. Are you allergic to fur then? Are you allergic to cats? That's very nice that you take on a cat if you're also allergic to cats. It's 11:30 here, which it must be 11:30 for you as well, and it's 18 degrees. How is it this hot? This was never an issue a few months ago. Now wear gloves in before sweeping. That's interesting. That could be a yeah, something that's irritant. That's an interesting question. I wonder. Hello, Isabel. How are you? We're talking about cats here. Do you have a cat, Isabel? And what is your question for me tonight? Because we're talking about cats as well as taking time to read tarot. Because I have cute little felines on my tarot. I gather that you are 19. I'm not 19. I haven't been 19 for a while. Take about 11 more years. She needs a proper washing though. I see grey dirt. I see. Can I general read? Of course you can. Yeah, because it might be that with her fur, she's got something underneath that is the irritant more than her fur, maybe? But I would say if she's a stray, that she... Oh, okay. Interesting, okay. Oh, nice! Well done! Okay. Right. I feel like you have a love interest or something? Maybe not your partner right now. If you're in a relationship, I'll tell you from the point of being in a relationship. If you're single right now, I'll tell you what's going on with these guys. The self-grooming is not sufficient. Warm water, soap, and love is what she needs. Au revoir, I will turn. Good night. See you, Suzuki driver. Have a good night. Single. Okay. I can tell you that there is a lovely person coming in your life that's... I will read this as a male. And he's a very homebody, likes being at home, being more comfortable. He likes the comforts of life, yes? And you guys are really going to be very good together. You guys are going to share quite a lot in life, including your phobia if you want to. But then I would also say that you will need to kind of make it very obvious. Because he might be interested in you, but you'll have to be very obvious, because he's not gonna understand that. And I think that you have this ability to see life very fully, and that's a good thing, but also don't kind of overwork yourself, because I feel like that could be something that you tend to do. You tend to work very hard at things that you want to get done in life, and you will tend to overdo it. And so therefore, if you're washing cups, you'll have to put the water either on the sink that has the cups on, or put something to stop the flow, and then put all the cups in the sink. So you see like life being this beautiful flow. Also, you're very, very wise. You're possibly wise beyond your years, which maybe means that you kind of then see things not so optimistic. Maybe slightly more jaded in your approach because you've been too wise for too long. And that might mean that you have things that you need to go, okay, do I really need to be the wise old owl right now, or can I just like take time off this role and go out and play and be fun for a little bit? Because sometimes we'll all need to be less wise in our approach. Sometimes just take life sometimes in the present and not worry about the future. But you're a very wise person. Very, very wise person. So I think that you've got lots of things coming to you. But yeah. I would say that if you like him and he kind of makes you feel comfortable, and he's always like a person that's quiet, stay at home type, just gets on with life, that yeah, if you like him, make sure that he knows. Be very obvious in your flirting. That's alright. Is there any other question I could answer tonight? Yeah, so I would say, like, in general, yeah, be more obvious. If you like him, you have to, like, hit him over the head. No, don't hit him over the head, but not be very subtle. He does just have trust issues. Sometimes it's hard because guys as well as women always have hard times, and whether we like it or not, we all have to deal with our scars. And yeah, sometimes guys tend to be like, this person only loves us for our wallet, or loves us for this material possession, and they weren't really here for me at all. And that can be really hard because obviously we all go through this. But I think in women, we just get upset because we go, weren't we good enough? It's never like with guys, are we ever good enough? It's like, she was only here for my money or something like that. I was in a relationship for 18 years, so I hold back a bit. I would say that that's why you have the Hierophant in your cards, is because of wise. And yes, be wise, but also kind of relax a little bit, because your wiseness might be older than your years, and that might need to change at this moment, and you might have to take things more in the present than past or future orientated, because you can see yourself through the past eyes and you'll go never again. And that's not always fair to taint people with the same brush. It's not like we can't do anything about that, I feel, because we're always trying to deal with things like that all the time, right? But yeah, if you want to go for it, I think you should go for it. I understand. No worries. Thank you, Isabel. If there's any other questions you want to ask, let me know. It is a very quiet night, but that's because I've just started streaming, so there's always going to be like a harder thing, right? If you just started streaming, so. So feel free if you want to ask me any questions or anything like that. So, it's very warm here in the UK. I am very warm. That's the problem of having long hair. I swear I feel like sometimes like a Wookiee. If anybody has any questions tonight, just ask and I will read for you. We're getting rain soon? I hope so. It is 18 degrees and I'm not in Australia anymore, so it's not like the houses are dealt like with what would I say? They're not designed for hot weather. They're designed for very cold weather, but not hot weather. I'm hoping for the rain, because then it will just cool everything down. I was expecting a certain amount of thunderstorms or like rain events, but I don't know. I think it's always funny because the rain and the sun and stuff like that. Though saying that, I can't complain. I washed the sheets. The sheets got air dried and sun dried and beautiful. They're now clean. British weather is kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. But what was it they found in Britain quite a while ago? Subtropical or tropical plants? So it must have happened at one point of time that there was tropical climate here in the UK. But in general, I find it funny that there's so many different days that you could have just gone, it's not sunny. You don't go out because it's not sunny. And when I moved over here, I would always be like, okay, it's not sunny. And then one year I was like, no, if I keep on giving myself excuses like that, I'll never go out. Not that we're in now COVID and no one goes out anymore. No one goes out anymore. Which is okay. Well, you have to do what you have to do. So yeah. Yes, of course you can. What is your question? It's very quiet tonight, so you can ask as many questions as you like. I had someone ask about all their friends, I swear. Every single friend. Yesterday, so. What is your question? Should I move cities near future? That's a good question. It's possibly not a good move right now. Doesn't seem like the most wisest decision. You have a Hierophant in reverse. Also, it's kind of a question of what home is for you. I feel like if you're chasing something, you've got to define what it is for you. And of course, like, you're independent and nature and fierceness would work very well in other city environments, but you've got to think of what your home or what your idea of home is, because even like this might not be a wise decision right now. It might be good in the future. But I think if you define what you want and what you want as a home, then it'll be very easy to narrow down exactly what you want. I think that you'll have to ask yourself what you want. And yeah, it's like, obviously if you wanted to go and work as a park, I don't know how you call that in here. Like in Australia we call those park rangers, like people that look after big giant parts of parks, and they can live there because they're working for the park. You could possibly do that. What would you call them? Wildlife reserves here, I guess. But yeah, you could definitely do that if you wanted to. But you've got to kind of define what this home is. And that's what I would say. And you've got to be very, very sure about where you want to move before you move. Don't do this kind of lightly. So I would suggest like figuring out what your home looks like for you. Is it full of rescued animals? Like, do you set up a rescue center? Is it full of that? Is your thing to be a park ranger where you're looking after plenty of park? There's a lot of things that you've got to answer. Is your place going to be small and cute, but you're going to have a really great backyard, and you're going to look after the insects or the bees as they come through your yard? I would say that with the anytime soon card, I think the thing wants to show you that if you don't think about what you particularly want, then when you move and you don't still have what you want, you'll be still unhappy. So I think that you've got to do like a vision board, or a thing where you walk through your house and you can describe every single room and what you need to do to get there. So if it's a rescue center, you need to guess what kind of, well, you've got to imagine what kind of animals you're rescuing and why you're rescuing them, how you're going to get that. Because that's the big thing, is possibly that the house for you needs to feel like a home. And why would it need to feel like a home? It possibly has a purpose to you, whether it's breeding certain plants or keeping endangered plants alive in your backyard, or looking after pets and animals, or foster caring them. So these are things that you need to kind of figure out, and then it's not where you're moving, but how you're moving, and where like you're going to get what you want. If that makes sense. It's not about the moving where, it's like what? What is the thing that would, because you might move 5 minutes down the road and there's a lovely dilapidated farmhouse, plenty of land, and you raise all these amazing animals and you grow amazing things in your backyard, and you look after endangered species, or you foster care. This is what you need to answer. That's alright. That's all good, Isabel. I'm here for people, so I hope that kind of helps, because that might be the question is confusing the cards as well as maybe the cards are picking me up as well, is like we're confused because it could be perfect that you don't need to move as much as you think you need to move. It's more about the passion that you're going to bring to your house that makes it a home, not the other way around. If anybody else is here that wants a question, let me know. I'm very, very happy to pull cards for anybody. Thank you. You're very, very kind. But yeah, that's one thing that I would suggest is figure out how you feel, and then that's what you would bring to it. Yeah. Let me know if you have another question for me, because I'm just here with my cats and all my flowers. So, did you have a good day today, Isabel? Was it very warm? It was very warm for me today. It's still quite warm. I think I'll need to have a shower before I go to bed, because it's been really, really warm today. But also that I have one light and another light behind me, so it's also very warm inside as well. It felt like a paddling pool today. If I had like a blow up pool or something like that, fill it out outside and go for a swim. Raining now. Glad for the rain. We needed it. I think my plants outside will be glad that it rained today. Because I moved a lot of my indoor plants outside. Because I moved the thing that they are actually sitting on, where they normally sit, inside outside. Because I'm actually moving house in August, so a lot of our things need to kind of be moved around slightly. And so I actually have a small bonsai tree that needs to be repotted and stuff like that. And I have, what would I call it? It's like a plant that has long leaves, kind of like an ivy plant, but it's not. And then there is a rogue basil. It's survived. It's survived so long. I don't know why, but I think it's getting a little bit old. But it's still survived me. I don't know why. So we'll see. so good to have plants in my house. I find that my partner, because the way he thinks, he doesn't like soil inside because he equates soil with dirt. And so sometimes it's hard to justify plants. But also he tends to kill plants. I don't know how. But it's the same as animals. He does have a nervous energy to him that can kind of be a little bit of a hard thing for him to deal with. So yes, what he does, like, he can kind of like suddenly move and startle animals. And I don't know how he does it, but he just kind of has this restless energy, and maybe he just transfers that to plants as well. I don't know how. But he can't really grow anything. So it'll be interesting because I definitely love plants. I love growing plants because there's so much to them. There's so much life and energy to a plant. Also, plants are always alive. And they give back so much to us. There's some really great plants that you should keep inside, like peace lilies and snake grass, and there's some really nice things. I took to mine. Well, I need to actually prune my bonsai. It's getting long-legged. It's getting lots and lots of starts, like roots build up, and it needs some more stuff like that. Friends think I'm bad? No. One thing I've heard is there is a witchcraft technique, is that you name your plants after like friends and family, and if one's looking slightly upset or something like that, you could call them up and sit there and go, "How are you today?" And they don't know that like you've named a plant after them unless they come to the house and they're like, and you're like, hey, how are you? And they're like, you already asked me this question. No, I'm talking to your plant over there. But I thought that was really cute. And that means that you could have plenty of plants. Because how many friends and how many family you have means that you could have plenty of plants. But yeah, then what happens is if their plant's not doing well, or even dies, you can ring them up and go, "Hey, how are you? You okay?" No, if you need anything, let me know. And that's really cute. I think I love that idea. But then I was like, it doesn't matter whether you believe it. It is a really cute idea to have that, so then you're always thinking about your friends when you're watering your plants. And you could be like, oh yeah, like if these people are, like, I'm watering my friends the same time, you can think of like giving out this lovely light energy as you're watering your plants. I think that's really cute. But yeah. Some little green witchcraft if you want it. But yes. I will be here for another 30 minutes. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you want a general reading instead of a specific question, let me know. I'm just crazy when I'm waking up in the rain and I see a snail. I pick it up and put it to the side so it doesn't get stepped on. That's so cute. I love that. I don't think that's crazy at all. Snails are very useful. Other than eating all your roses. Which most people get them in trouble for. But if they like roses like most of us do, rose water is very, very popular. If the snails are using it as well, then that's perfect. I think it's amazing that you're very kind to small things. I think that shows that you care a lot about not just like the bigger things like humans, but when you see a small little snail, you have time to pick it up. That's very nice. I'm really glad. Isabel, do you paint? Is that a thing that you do? Because the plants sounds beautiful. I was wondering if you were artists. It was just something that I thought. I said, do you paint? Are you a painter? But I think my mic is not picking me up very well. So yes, I asked if you painted. Is it, what would I say? I feel like sometimes, like, something nature-wise, or, what would I say? Like, the postmodern, like, where you paint flick. Yeah, so paint splatter, I feel. I want to get back to art. Art is very lovely. It brings out so much of a person, a personality, and what they're capable of. And art kind of gives us an outlet for emotions that we might not be able to show other people. There was a thing called the Dr. Seuss paintings, and he painted these kind of darker paintings, and they're called like late night Dr. Seuss paintings, and they're really interesting because they're kind of more about how he was processing something, and they're not particularly dark paintings. They're just more surrealist, more they could be darker, but they're not violence or any of that. It does, yes, different ways of expressing ourselves. I think it is easier to tell a painting some of our emotions, to be able to express something that we're scared of telling other people. And maybe that could be an outlet for you, for some of your pain. But it's one of those things that is a really interesting thing to see. People use art as therapy, and what they can express that a lot of times they can't tell other people. It's a very, very interesting thing to see art like that. So can I ask, do you actually work at the moment? I'm furloughed, so that's how I could do this and still say alive. I'm very happy that I can do this and enjoy doing this. The music is actually sending me to sleep. It's very calming. How long have you been doing tarot? I think 2 years now. I started when how long was I? Possibly about a month into furlough. So yeah, about two years now. Are you interested in tarot? A lot of people that get their cards read are very interested in trying to do it for themselves. And I think that it would be very interesting to maybe one day I should do a tarot stream so people can read their own tarot. Maybe. I don't know. I am a baby in it myself, so. I've been reading tarot for a lot longer than 2 years though, so. But doing tarot for other people, 2 years. Like, I started with this step. So yeah. Not that I made all this wear and tear. I got this one pre-owned when I bought it. So yeah, it's hard. It's not really that hard. As soon as you've understood one, you can understand another one. But a lot of times, the imagery itself can give you some other things to read. So it's not just one thing. So this is Nine of Swords. But every single one gives a bit. So this is Four of Cups. Some of them I still have to understand quite a lot because they're not always completely understandable between decks. But this was my first tarot deck. So this is very different from cats. Quite a spiritual person. You love your crystals too? Do you ever reprogram or give your crystals a purpose? Because that could be something that you start doing. So a lot of times you can give your crystals a purpose every single month. You charge them again and charge them with a purpose. So if you did have like a rose quartz, you could charge that with healing your heart, or you could heal someone else's heart, or yeah, so rose quartz is healing as well as love. You could tell it to seek out like-minded friends or lovers, or But yeah, charging crystals with intentions are good things. But yeah, essentially, I would suggest that if you were going to pick up tarot, unless you really have a specific tarot in mind, maybe Raider Wide deck, or in general, go for one that you feel like is going to be easy to understand the picture wise. Because sometimes this is a good thing, because then you can kind of feel the pictures. So if you can feel the pictures, they're easier to then read. Because in general, this is important to be able to kind of feel the pictures. And this is possibly why this deck, I love this deck, but I don't use this one as much. No worries. So yeah. I don't know why we have nursery rhymes on here, but anyway, there you go. So yeah, so a lot of times, even though this one's kind of got symbols, it's not as easy to understand. Like, this is 10 of Cups. This is a relationship, but is more about the relationship contract. So it's more about marriage or getting the financial obligations together to have a good relationship. So that's kind of the contractual, which 10 of Cups I don't see as a bad card. It can be something that I would call a soulmate card for me. This is 8 of Pentacles. This is 4 Cups. 4 Cups is a really interesting card. The right way up, it tells you that the person doesn't see everything. He doesn't acknowledge these 2 cups on the side. Actually, this one's completely invisible to him. But in reverse means that he's seen all the cups. He's able to see it from a perspective that he sees all the cups then. What is the deck with the cats? It's called the Cat Tarot. So you can find it, like I did, on eBay, I'm very sure. Yeah, so it's called the Cat Tarot. So, there you go. That's what it looks like. So yeah. You could buy your own copy. I should possibly put a link so people can go through the store. Go and look for it. Yeah, it's a good deck. What would I say? We also have a Steampunk Tarot right here, which I do actually use. A lot of people ask for this one as well. Not just the cats. So, it's a Wands. Creativity, power, Page of Swords. I do like in this, the pages are actually female. Some of the knights are too. Look at the star, that's a beautiful card. It looks very much like what would I say, Mucha? Yeah. But yeah, some people really like this one. Ten of Swords again. The sun. Look at that. That's so cute. It looks like Dorothy and Toto. And like the Scarecrow. If the Scarecrow was human. Two of Cups. Six of Swords. I love this one. These guys are driving a Zeppelin through the sky. Queen of Swords. She's so cute. Looking at a frog like, yeah? Yeah, you didn't see my sword? I hope your friends the world. She looks kind of like Shakira. Not gonna lie. Shakira. And then Chariot. The Empress. Temperance. So yeah, a lot of times it depends on how you feel about the cards. And then if you can read them. Because sometimes it's hard because each and every single one is so different. Like for me, the court cards, the knights and the kings and the queens are very hard still for me to completely tell you exactly what these are. But yeah, that's another tarot deck right there. That's the Tower. You see, it's like almost a magical tower. Yeah. Pretty amazing. Yes, of course you can. Which one would you like? Because we have cats as well. Did you want the steampunk or did you want cats? Because the cats are here. And what was your question? Okay, will Jackson like you? Oof. Okay. You possibly burnt your bridges with this one. Though, I don't know. Okay. Right. I'm going to take these and then no giving me all the cards, okay? So, yeah, like, okay. Right. Can I say something that you might not want to hear, okay? That you might quite often enough, you might have to go from an ego space for you, it's very easy to be in your head all the time, and you might have to reach out with feelings. So you might need to reach out emotionally more than like with feelings, with ego, because with ego you're kind of not being your very good advocate. So you might need to actually get to a point that you kind of can get rid of your very attached feelings. Like if someone hurts you, you lash out. If something comes and you hate it, you throw it away. There's just like this bit where you have to be very reactive all the time. And that's what we can call the ego, is this bit that you're always like reactive to everything. Like it doesn't matter what it is. So sometimes when you're trying to talk to people or you're trying to cope with things, you're not very good at being a good person with words. You're not very good with words whatsoever. I think that you'll have to kind of reach out with expressions of emotions more than you are with words, and you'll have to stop being so reactive. If anything happens, you're the first one to react. If someone says something that you don't like, you lash. You have this bit where you just can't cope with how people are around you, and you're the first one to react. So I think you will, but you need to go from a place of emotion, like, I really miss you. Like, what are you up today? Like, can I help you with anything? I miss you. Like, there's a lot of things that you could say that would be from an emotional point of view. And then if they don't respond, don't feel hurt and don't feel angry. And if they come to you, then that's good. If they don't, you don't react. Like sometimes you can do. I think you will have to reach out with him. Like, I think you've done some stuff in the past that would mean that he's not gonna come to you. So you have to kind of be able to express your emotions and your feelings. So you actually have to reach out to him more than he has to reach out to you. And you've got to come from a place of your heart, not your head, not your words. Because I think you can do sometimes a lot of damage with what you say. Nervous? He might not even know. Okay, let's ask, because I don't want to guess. I'm gonna ask the cards. Is he nervous? Okay, does he like you? Why do you keep on giving me... Oh, well, there's 3 cards in here, so... He does have a weakness for you, that's true. And he was thinking about, like, coming to you. But he can see that you aren't particularly great at talking. like that you can be very nasty sometimes, possibly more with your words than with your actions. You just can do that. This card's another one like that. So I think that he would be very happy if you kind of talk to him again. He might, if there's a bit where he sees that you can change, he might want to come back to you, or might want to be around you to the point that he could be able to see you again. Yeah, so a lot of times this bit, would he be nervous? I don't know. I think he's expecting it in some ways. I think he's kind of expecting it in a way. He wants you to come to him. But yeah, you're a weakness. You're a weakness for him. And he would really love to like be able to be with you. If he can see that you're not gonna claw him to death. In a way, in a manner of speaking. I hope that helped. That's okay, that's fine. I think that, like, sometimes we can be wanting to be heard more than we are wanting to be kind. And if someone hurts us, then we're easy to lash out. Yeah, it's really hard. I understand it, and I completely understand that completely. Are you wanting another tarot reading tonight, or? My leg's going to sleep. I keep putting my leg on top of each other and it goes to sleep. Yeah. I'd say reach out to him. Yeah, of course. Is there another question that I can, like, is there one you want right now? I could definitely do one for you. I think you'll have to reach out to him. And July, I don't think so. He's a mischievous one, this one. He's a troublemaker for sure. Like, Page of Swords. Let me double check for you completely. Because I sometimes for these cards, they're a little bit hard. the court cards are very hard. Okay. Yeah, there's a growing sense of trouble on the horizon. If you talk the talk, prepare to do the walk. Walk the walk. There's no need to jump at sudden movement. Calm down and make sure you're prepared for what's next. I don't know. He might be walking on literal swords around you, maybe, possibly, but he will be contacting you if you keep waiting for him to contact you in winter. I would say so. This is after spring's gone and everything's slowly going back to things. So I would say winter. I think he's a little bit scared of you, yeah. But that's probably because you're quite, you can be quite, yeah. I think that he's a little bit scared of you, yeah. So yeah, winter possibly. I would say so. This is like spring was in the air and spring's long gone. So even though like he's possibly running around in the background, if you don't see it there, you stop smelling the roses and there's this black cat in the back. Totally taking on the ones in the background, like, this is my scratching post. It's not my maypole anymore. It's my scratching post. Yeah, so I would say winter. But yeah. there is in the background. Just So yeah, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. Yeah, I'd say that you keep him on edge. No worries. I hope that helped. I know that it's kind of hard to get all your answers, because sometimes, like, when you ask an answer, you might not feel like you got it completely answered. Do you think he might miss you in the future? I think he's coming around to it. He didn't appreciate when he had it, and now he's kind of missing it. Yes. So yeah, I would say that he's kind of like remember like life when it was like that. So I would say that yes, in general. So I think he'll keep on getting better, but you could be waiting a while, and it's possibly that you'll move on before he does. Yeah, that's alright. For sure, if there's any questions that you wanna ask me at all, let me know. Cause there's always going to be more questions that you wanna ask me. And it's always going to be, well, I hope that it's going to be quiet for a little bit. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm going to try and keep doing this. And I might do an hour, I might do 2 hours. It might not be a day thing, but you'll definitely see me on Tuesdays. Yeah. Also, I should actually put up my link to eBay, so you guys, if you do want to pay for reading instead of getting one free, then let me know. But I'm very happy to answer any questions, for sure. But yeah, so how was your day today? Hearts love. What happened today? It's been very warm here in the UK. If you're here and you're watching and you want answer, if you want to ask a question, feel free. I'll try to answer it in the best of my ability. Minutes and I will go to bed. It's quite late here in the UK. And I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I don't know why. There's no particular logic why tomorrow, but I'm still excited.
The walls were white, the flame was red, but her eyes were blue. So instead, I was thinking of you. I was thinking of you. Her skin was soft, her laugh was light, but my heart was heavy. So it was a fight. Not thinking of you, but I was thinking of you. Where did you go? I thought I saw you looking back, but I imagined it. I'm loving small, just trying to find a place to stay or some traction. Just when I think I finally found it,
I shouldn't have had burgers today. You know that bit where you have lettuce in your teeth? I feel like I have lettuce in my teeth right now. Not that you guys could see it, but there's like that feeling of lettuce in my teeth.
I bury it deep.
Oh, embarrassing.
In the company I keep, to stop thinking of you, to stop thinking of you, to stop thinking of you, to stop thinking of
So, how is everyone tonight? Hopefully, you guys are going well. If there's any particular question tonight, let me know. If there's a particular answer that you want to any question, let me know. I'm going to do a card reading for myself while it's quite quiet, so I'll do a card reading for myself, and then I'll tell you what's going on for me, which might be interesting. You might enjoy that. Let me know if you want a question, but okay. So, firstly, let's go through like my cards tonight. So, I love this death card. I love seeing the death card because I'm not one of those people that can deal with stagnance. I'm not very good at being a stagnant person. I like having a cycle reach its end quite relatively quickly, and I tend to then want to be able to kind of go, okay, something new is coming. That's why I love the death card. When I see the death card, I go, okay, that some things that I'm getting like are close to reach. So I'm not needing to worry too much that a lot of things that I'm bringing into space, so I'm bringing towards me, have a better, like, I am bringing things to life. So it's okay, it's fine. Like, they're all little tiny things right now, and it's okay. And yes, just trust that the Wheel of Fortune has my back. And just keep. So this one's one of my favorite cards as well as the death card. So it's really interesting that they're both there. So just trust the universe is what it's saying. We have 5 minutes, guys. If there's any other questions that you want to say, if there's any questions I can answer tonight, let me know. But yes, I have to go to bed soon. So yes, 5 minutes, guys. I'm glad that I'm doing this tonight. Thank you guys for being here. We have 4 minutes, guys. If you have any questions, please ask away. I will answer those. Okay. Well, it was very nice tonight. Thank you guys for being here. I will be back, possibly not tomorrow. The next actual scheduled stream is going to be on Sunday. So I hope to see you all then. You have a very lovely time until then. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy your weeks. And hopefully we can schedule in a promptu card reading. If not, that's okay. That's fine. I'll see you all next time. Bye guys. Bye.